If you feel stuck, lost, overwhelmed, or behind in life, then I'd be willing to bet one thing. You're not leaning on the power of systems. Let me explain. A little over a year ago, I felt really stuck in my creative business, just in my mind, and with my content. I had so many ideas but struggled to get them to the finish line, which kept me in a dark rabbit hole. I always felt behind and unfulfilled with myself. I couldn't stop doom scrolling my life away, and I'd spend all my free time comparing myself, overthinking, and self-sabotaging. Don't worry, things are gonna change this Monday, I would tell myself. And then I realized the reason why I can't make progress in my life is because I don't have a system, which is kind of like Kobe Bryant waking up right before the biggest game of his career and hopping straight in the game without eating, hydrating, stretching, or warming up. He's bound to not perform at his best, right? That was the problem I was facing. I kept finding myself doing things last minute from a spark of inspiration. And when the motivation died, so did the work I was trying to create, which obviously isn't very sustainable, is it? An amateur creates when he feels like it. A professional creates regardless. Process saves us from the poverty of our intentions. So how does one create regardless? Well, in this video, I'm going to share with you the exact solution that has worked for me. It's one that helps me strategize my brand and business, plan my weeks and stay on top of my tasks, create content for Instagram and YouTube, jot notes from podcasts, books, and courses, keep track of meetings with clients, prospects, and brands, and even a specific place to review my weeks so that I can find areas to improve on the next. If you're looking to have a sleek and simple digital home for all of your creative ideas, make sure to stay until the end because I'm giving away a special offer that I've never done before. I can hands down tell you that this system I'm about to share with you completely changed my life, and I believe it can do the same for you. All right, so here we are. This is Dreamflow operating system. Before I created this template, I wanted something that would help me avoid distractions and just get in a deep flow. That way I could make steps towards my dream life with clarity and confidence, hence the name Dream Flow. I know that Notion is overwhelming for some people, and my goal with this video is to just make it as simple as possible for you. You're gonna see just how useful Notion can be, especially as a creator or an entrepreneur, someone who just really wants to organize their entire life. Let me show you. Right now we are sitting on our home page. At first this might be a little overwhelming, but I'll break this all down in just a second. Right now I just want to give you like a brief overview of how things look on the dashboard. The habit tracker, the business, life design. We have a content calendar here. We have a content creation status board and a flow zone. So really quick, know that Notion communicates through a bunch of databases. So if I click on this databases tab, you'll see all kinds of different databases for your client projects, for your meetings. And you want to have different databases for different purposes. The beautiful thing about this template is that you don't have to worry about all of this jargon too much because I've designed it all for you. And you can find the link in the description if you want to go ahead and check it out. First up, we have our flow zone. This is just a fancy term for a place to have all of your different tasks in one place. Today is Wednesday. Let's say I'm just now planning the rest of my week. I can say write script, film video, edit video. Notice how these are all populating for today, which is January 22nd. That's because we're under today, this toggle here. And let's say these are all high priority tasks that I want to get done first thing in the morning. Now I just scroll to the bottom and I can see all of my due dates in a calendar view. And I can just easily click and drag. Now you'll see that only write script populates for today. Tomorrow is film video. The rest of this week are all these other tasks. The biggest hack is just being able to sit down on Sunday and really calculate how I want to spend the days. When the day comes, I don't have to then calculate what I need to do that day. I've already planned out my entire week and I can see that from a bird's eye view. And what's really cool about this is that if I go to my homepage, it will also reflect in this task section, and we can also scroll down to see everything here. So moving on, we're gonna go to the daily journal section. This is actually a new part of the template that I'm really excited for. I wanted something I could just pull open, boom, hit the new YouTube idea, document that idea, and just get back to the present moment. Let's say I have a new YouTube idea, It's adding to the YouTube database. And look, it's already opening up all these different parameters. Even if I just wanted to jot a few notes about the idea to expand on later, that's what's cool about it. I just add the idea, close out of that, and I'm back in the journal. Down below is just some random prompts. I always like to start my day with gratitude. I write down one thing I'm feeling anxious about because chances are that's something I need to focus on. And then I write what my one thing for today is. Usually that's the high priority task. Throughout the day, like I'll come across random quotes and I'll put that here. Or if I have check-ins with myself, like I'm noticing that I haven't been present lately, it's just something I'm realizing, then I'll check in with myself there. Just like these buttons up top, down below, this right here is connected to the flow zone. Let's say my one thing for today is to pick my next video idea and write the outline, but I haven't added it to my flow zone yet. If I click here, I just copied what I wrote up there. That is now my one thing for today. And I can guarantee that if I go to the flow zone, it now populates there as well. So let me go back to the daily journal. At the end of the day, you might have action items that you know you need to do tomorrow. So if I just click new page, edit Notion video, go ahead and list the priority. If I go to the flow zone, it won't populate into today, but it will populate in tomorrow, and it will show down below on the calendar. And something that's cool that you can do on your phone, you can add widgets. So I can just swipe over and then boom, there's today. And I've already got everything there. The clients and contacts, this is a place where I can just keep track of all of my client projects. Let's say you have a coaching client and you guys meet on a weekly basis. Well, you can add all of your meetings here. And what I like to do is I record Zoom meetings. So right here, we can see like we have an onboarding session and then there's the actual video itself so that your clients can easily access. And that's another cool thing about Notion is that I can share these pages and anybody can access it and comment on it, leave feedback, etc. So I'm essentially creating dashboards for me to communicate with my clients. But let's say you have another type of client and it's not a coaching client, but it's a client you're making content for. You're a social media manager or a filmmaker, or photographer, whatever have you. I can see everything, his tour dates, when are we going to post a certain video. If we click on this one right here, we can scroll down and see the script that we made for it. And I can see everything for that specific content idea all in one place. If we want to change the publish date, I can easily just click and drag and it will automatically update. What I just showed you is actual individual projects for specific clients. You can also see a contact list down below. The difference between clients and contacts is not all contacts are clients. If you meet somebody at a networking event, they're not immediately a client for most cases. But if you do want to have a safe place where you're keeping contacts in a certain place that you could see yourself doing business with later, that's where you would add them into this contact list. Maybe you need to follow up with them after that initial contact. You can easily just click and drag that person and keep track of what part of the process you are at with that specific person. Let's say you are working with them, you just click and drag over to engaged. And at that point, you move on with creating the dashboard for them and just doing whatever that specific client needs. The big benefit behind the clients and contacts dashboard is just having like a safe place for all of your client work. I was finding that I was feeling scatterbrained with my clients. Have a couple notes here for this client, or they'd say they want this content idea and I'd have it like over here somewhere, and it'd just be so easy for me to lose track. So I wanted a place where all of the client projects that I'm working on could be in one place, and different types of clients. So a coaching client can go here, a branding or marketing content strategy type client can go here, and we can manage content together, look at it, review it, help bring it to life. And this has made the whole communication process between me and clients just so much more streamlined. There's also a part in the template called the meetings section. If we scroll down to the business area, there's meetings here. And let's say, for example, I'm meeting with Mighty Joe Young. He tells me on March 20th that he's interested in video and wants to make an extra 10K a month. We just have a safe place for all of the meeting notes for that specific prospect or client. Now, moving on to the next part of the template that I feel like makes the biggest difference in my workflow are these different dashboards for different platforms. Each of these look exactly alike. So if we scroll down on the newsletter, you'll see like kind of looks like the homepage. Same thing if we click on Instagram, it's the exact same thing. Everything you click on this page will be catered to Instagram. So if I click new idea at the top, it's automatically gonna say the platform is Instagram, not YouTube, not newsletter, etc. So for example, let's say I have a new Instagram idea. This is the first thing that came to mind, to post that a week from today, and I think it can be a reel, maybe share a life lesson, and let's say it's inspirational. Yeah, let's say it's inspirational. Since I filled all that out, I can see everything also listed here. How you do anything is how you do everything, real life lessons, idea. And if I come back to the idea section, I change that to, let's say I'm writing it now. Notice how it just moved over here and now it's in motion. Content ideas are just ideas. The status section are all your content ideas that are in motion. You're actually bringing them to life. Let's say I start writing the script, how you do anything. Let's say you write your caption of this quote, I don't know. Or if you have different hook ideas, and I could just move those around, right? Like maybe I like this quote, and then whenever I want to take it, I just copy it, delete this, paste it, remove that little asterisk, check off where I'm posting that short form piece of content. And if I have B-roll shot ideas, shot of me journaling. Obviously that can be better, but you get the idea. And then as I move it over on the status board, notice how it's changing over here. And I can just track it throughout the whole process. And then once it's ready to post, then take it into published, and boom, down below, we'll see this month's published posts all in one place, which is great for you to be able to reflect at the end of the month. Which pieces of content did you really like? How can you double down on those? Which ones didn't perform? Why? How can we do less of that? What I really, really love about the content calendar section is just being able to strategize your content. Let me just show you really briefly what my YouTube looks like. If we scroll down, what we'll see is that we have the first video of this year was posted on January 12th. And then last week's video was Only Way to Break Your Social Media Addiction. And then this Sunday, we're posting how I use Notion to organize my life. What this does is, let's say it's at the beginning of the month and I'm setting out these publish dates. It can help me strategize what would be a good video to post after that video. So 2025 is your year to make a comeback. Maybe I can talk about doom scrolling after that or social media addiction after that. If you want to make 2025 your best year yet, then we have to, gain control over our social media addiction. That's just an example. And the only difference between these Instagram and YouTube dashboards is that each dashboard has its own template. So if I open up a YouTube idea, how Notion can change your life, notice all of this stuff under here to help you structure your content ideas. So whenever I have a title idea, I can just add that here. Whenever I have a thumbnail idea, I can just add that here. Whenever I'm bringing the outline to life, I can actually do that here with this framework that I have to help you bring your ideas to life, which by the way, the Pastor framework completely changed the game for me. Highly recommend you looking into that if you're trying to make YouTube videos. I can write the script down here, B-roll shot lists, use these resources to help. If we compare this to the Instagram template, you'll see that we just have caption and script. It's a lot simpler for short form, whereas YouTube is a little bit more intricate. There's more details going on. You'll also see that for the newsletter template, we have things that are more catered to email. So we have the Pastor framework again, but we have subject lines here, preview lines, doing some split testing, how Notion can change your life. Maybe the preview line is, it helped me hit 1K on YouTube, 6 figures. And then you just do the split testing here and you can move it around, kind of fill out which ones you like best. But with emails specifically, sometimes you have what's called email campaigns. Let's say I'm doing a whole email course on Notion. If I'm creating a step-by-step email course for Notion, I want to type out everything for email 1 here. And then when I'm ready, I can just click new email and all of that stuff populates again. Email number 2, write out the outline. And then I continue on with email 3. And anytime I want to make sure have I talked about this already? I can just literally scroll up and look at the previous emails, as opposed to trying to find the page that you made somewhere else and then digging through that and things just getting more unorganized. If I go to the home page, I can see everything, my YouTube, for my Instagram, for my newsletter. I can see all of that in one content calendar. And you can see how this would be really beneficial for you if you're a creator on multiple platforms and you want to see, okay, like if I'm posting a video on about Notion on YouTube this day, then maybe 2 days later I can post repurposed video of that on Instagram. And this helps you strategize your content way more seamlessly. You can also monitor the different statuses of each piece of content regardless of what platform, but you'll see the differences here. So if I change this from publish to filming, we'll see all the different content ideas that we're working on. And if I move these up to this week, we can scroll to the top and see how everything populates here as well. Now, the last section on the navigation bar is your Mind Mastery notebook. So this is basically just a place where you can keep track of notes for specific podcasts, books, courses, etc. And any notes that I have for that video can go down below. Hopefully by now you can see how having a specific dashboard for each of these different things just makes you a lot less overwhelmed. And that's what I love about this template, which, by the way, if you are interested in downloading the product, there are video tutorials inside that break down everything for you, because I know that it is a lot. But another cool part of the home page are these quick action buttons. So if I scroll over to my phone, you can see these quick actions up here at the top, or in the middle rather. Let's say I want to add a new task. Notice how I'm not clicking it yet, but notice how when I'm about to click on it, it updates on the computer as well. So if I click on a new task here in 3, 2, 1, we'll see that one pops up over here, task for Notion video. I'm typing that out on my phone, and then it updates through the cloud or whatever you want to call it. And the same thing holds true for the rest of these buttons. If I want a new journal, I can add that here. If I have a new contact, I'm out at a networking event, I can just easily add that here. New YouTube idea, Instagram idea, new newsletter. And there's another part of the template that I want to show you just really quick called the finances section, where you can track all your income and expenses, and it'll populate for you in a place where you can see your total income for the year, total expenses for the year by the month. Let's say it's a brand deal. Categorize it there, maybe $5,000. And then if I have any invoices or anything, I can put that there. And then what you'll see for January, we have made 5,000 for income for year 2025, 5,000 income all time, 5,000. And the last thing I want to show you, if you are really interested in growing an online business, doing this whole creator thing and building your brand, really creating products that help people, then you can strategize all of that, all of your products and services here. Let's say we have a new freebie idea. You have like a new Notion template that you want to start just giving away. Freebie just stands for free product. So if I click on new page, it opens up a template that I've created for you. And there's all of these frameworks to help you bring that product to life. If you're familiar with Alex Hormozi, he has a thing called the value equation. You can use that here. It basically just helps you calculate the value of the product. You want to start off with what problem you're solving, what the benefits are. These are frameworks used to help you build a sales page or the landing page. And I can use this table of contents to easily go to the testimonials section, right? So let's say you just sold a paid product and somebody left you a testimonial. I would actually copy and paste exactly what they said. That way you never lose track of the testimonial, and you can easily copy and paste it on your landing page whenever it's time to do that. There's another part in this template, which I'll just briefly show you, is the weekly review system. This is really useful whenever you're going about your process trying to hit your goals, because it gives you the opportunity to reflect on your week, how you've been doing with your progress, dump new tasks for the week. You can basically do that sit down session on Sunday and reflect on your week and then plan your whole next week, all on this page without having to go to any other page. So for example, if you have a content idea for Instagram that you want to post in the next week, all you do is open this. This table right here is connected to your Instagram dashboard. Notice how if I click new page, it'll automatically say Instagram right there. And then you have your Instagram idea. You just close this, move on to the next thing, and you'll see all of this in one place. You can review notes from your Mind Mastery notebook that you jotted within the last 30 days just to review things that you found interesting. Maybe it can turn into a content idea. There's so much more to it, right? I really believe that this is the ultimate solution for anyone who wants to create content, grow an online business, make a deeper impact with their clients, with their audience, with their customers. And this is how I've been able to integrate it into my lifestyle. Sit down on a Monday morning look through all of the ideas that I have and just pick one and just go through the process of doing that, as opposed to just always sitting down on Monday with a blank canvas. That's the key of having a system. I know exactly what I need to do on a Monday, pick an idea, start writing the script. Then the next day I finalize a script. The next day I film the video. The next day I edit. The next day I finish any other editing that I need to do. And then I publish. There's a system. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. There's less tendency and room for you to sit in anxiety or overthinking, because you know that if you just keep doing the step-by-step process, you're going to reach your goal. I just created a separate tiered down version of the template called Creative OS. And this is basically a dashboard for you to see all of your different Instagram, YouTube, newsletter content ideas in one place. And you do have the content strategy guidebook inside of this. You also have the flow zone so that you can manage your tasks when it comes to creative work. You can find that in the description as well. Just go to the Dreamflow operating system link and you'll see 2 options there. Maybe you're on edge and you don't want to necessarily buy the product just yet. That's why I'm going to give you the flow zone for free. You can find it in the description, so you can just get started and start streamlining your process as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Much love. Bye.